At the story's beginning, dangerous criminals were being taken to a new jail by being put on a plane. That jail was designed to hold in the most dangerous human beings. The dreaded criminals who committed heinous crimes, one after the other, are shown. There are killers, terrorists, kidnappers, and many more. When the criminals were carefully seated in their seats on board, the plane took off. This man's name is Grissom. He is working out something with his hands. He literally pulls out a mini needle out of his palm. The needle was hidden. He pulled it out slowly. He must have been in pain, but it seemed that he was not feeling any of it at all. He soon cracks the handcuffs open. On the other hand, another criminal pulled a thread from his mouth. After pulling a little more, he took out an oil and paper bag. A matchstick and a small bottle of gasoline were hidden inside. When Grissom gives him the signal, this criminal named Parker opened the bottle. Then he told the person next to him, "Keep living, son. I will be in your memories." And he sprinkled oil on the man. He set him on fire. The fire spread rapidly. There was chaos everywhere. Taking advantage of this opportunity, he stole the keys of some of the cages. Then, he put it in the lock and opened the gates of some cells. A criminal ran out of the iron cage, and with the help of handcuffs, he killed one guard. Other guards started rushing to his aid, and they caught him with an electric shock taser. Taking advantage of this, Grissom also came out of his cage. Being ruthless, he killed a guard with a single punch, and then fought with the co-pilot to gain control of his gun. The gun misfired, killing many goons. Relying on his strength, he easily killed the co-pilot and took his handgun before entering the pilot's cabin. Putting a gun on the head of the captain pilot, he orders, "Tell the police that there is a disturbance, but everything is under control. If you don't do this, I will kill you." He was a dangerous gang leader not to be messed with. Another man is noticed in the middle of the commotion. He was a former soldier who got into a fight with a drunkard. The drunkard was harassing his pregnant wife. He accidentally killed the addict. Because of this, he was sentenced to 8 years in jail. The jail sentence made him miss his child's birth and all her years growing up. He had seen her only from the photos sent by his wife. He used to talk to his family only by sending them letters because he did not want his daughter to see him in jail. He demonstrated a good behavior inside jail, so he got a chance to go home on the 8th birthday of his daughter. He wanted to take a convenient flight to give a birthday gift to his child personally. Who knew that he would have to face the criminals who had taken over the plane? All the guards were captured. Cyrus Grissom ordered all criminals to be freed if they're handcuffed. When it was one man's turn, he suddenly pulled out a hidden gun and grabbed Parker. Everyone was shocked. It turned out that this man was an DEA undercover agent. His job was to stop criminals from escaping from jail. Everybody tried to persuade the FBI agent to calm down. However, the FBI agent refused to listen. Due to this, Grissom shot the agent when he got his chance. Poe started feeling helpless because he did not know how he would get out of this plane. What would happen when America's most dangerous criminals would be sitting in the same plane? Everyone in the plane thought that it would be difficult to escape. The authorities would hunt them down wherever they would fly to, but still, Grissom had everything calculated. Grissom and his men changed their clothes under the cover of a storm. They agreed to conduct a prisoner exchange in order to trade and set free the son of a drug lord. Grissom has superb acting skills, and his plan is a complete success. He gave the pilot away and took back a criminal who knew how to fly the plane. As soon as the old man boarded the plane, he immediately took over the pilot's cabin. He even threw the transporter out of the plane. The plane took off again. It left destruction behind. Back in the prison, a bomb was left behind by Cyrus in his cell, which exploded. Due to the explosion, many guards died. In the meantime, Poe had taken the recorded evidence from the DEA agent's equipment and put it on the body of a guard. He wants to use this opportunity to give information to the authorities. Unfortunately, his plan failed. He had to think of another one. For the moment being, he cleverly used his identity as a criminal, and he worked diligently to find out where the plane would land next. Suddenly, the plane began losing height and being heavy. Poe was ordered to see what went wrong. He noticed that the wheel of the plane was the problem. A dead body was hanging onto it. He took advantage of this opportunity to write information on the dead body. Then, he threw it out of the plane. The body fell on the road, causing a car crash. After the police got the information written on the body, they immediately reported the incident to a U.S. Marshal named Larkin. Marshal Larkin immediately took the car to drive to the spot where Poe had indicated for him. In the luggage cabin under the main seats of the plane, another prisoner peeks through Poe's stuff. He sees that Po is actually a free man. He was going to be let free today. The two of them start fighting because Po can't let him inform the other. Po can't be exposed, and he kills the prisoner. The Con Air plane soon arrives at a deserted airfield with not much circulation. The son of a drug lord has fixed another plane for them. The other plane is supposed to come and pick them up. Then they will fly off the grid and visit a country with no extradition laws. Meanwhile, Po's buddy named Baby O is having some trouble with his health. The man is diabetic. Po wanted to go and find an insulin shot for him. He stopped as soon as he stepped outside. He saw Nathan Dog pointing his gun at some of the remaining cops. Po wanted to save them. He told Cyrus they need the cops as hostages, just in case. Cyrus told Nathan to put his gun down. Without Cyrus seeing them, Po smiled at Nathan Dog like he just won their battle. Nathan never wanted to let those cops live. Then Po walked in a small building looking for a first aid kit, but 3 men jumped on him. These lads were hiding a small plane inside that building. They did not want to be exposed because the drug lord had instructed them to not take any other prisoners except from himself. Luckily, Larkin appears and helps Po fight these guys. Po has a chance to run, but he wants to stay in order to save his friends. Cyrus got angry. The drug lord's plane was not coming. The drug lord told him to be patient, but Cyrus ordered everybody to start digging. The police was also arriving, so they had to be quick. They had to come up with a plan of escape. The drug lord was tied up in a difficult situation, but he still decided to make a run for the small building and steal the plane that was waiting for him. The small plane started leaving. The prisoners would not have caught, but Larkin ran into a crane and stopped the plane from taking off. Cyrus was very angry at the drug lord. The man was injured. He pleaded Cyrus for some help. Cyrus had stone-cold eyes. He just took the cigarette out of his pilot's mouth and used it to start a fire. The drug lord burnt like he was sent in hell. Cyrus had another job to do. He unlocked all the guns from the plane and equipped the criminals with them as the police was approaching. He also had a good plan of defense. He placed some propane tanks in 2 different places. One group of those tanks would explode to destroy the first police vehicle in the convoy. The other group of tanks would explode to destroy the last vehicle. That way, the cops would be trapped. Cyrus and his criminals would be free to open fire and slaughter them all. The criminals retreated back in the plane. They were ready to depart, but suddenly Cyrus noticed that the plane was hooked onto a concrete column. He and Nathan opened fire to destroy the column. Some moments ago, Po had tied that rope around the column in order to stall the plane. Unfortunately, the concrete was destroyed and the plane was in the air again. Po gave his friend Baby O his insulin shot, but there was another problem. Cyrus and Nathan noticed that somebody was setting them up all along the way. To convince that person to come out, they grabbed a policewoman and threatened to kill her. Po was about to expose himself, but Baby O jumped first and he claimed he was the traitor. Cyrus shot him without a second thought. Then, he tried to shoot a pink bunny. That bunny was the gift that Po had gotten for his daughter. 3 choppers appeared behind the Con Air flight, and they start shooting. Po grabbed this opportunity and started beating all the other prisoners up. He entered the captain's cabin. He held a gun on the pilot's head and told him to land the plane. The problem is the plane had already arrived above Las Vegas, and it had endured much damage. The pilot had no other chance. He crash-landed the plane on the roads of Las Vegas, causing massive destruction. The police was waiting for them. Some of the prisoners got arrested immediately. However, Cyrus Grissom and the pilot stole a firefighter vehicle and escaped. Larkin wanted to go after them. Po could not let him alone. He wanted to help him out. Cyrus attacked Larkin with the water hose, but Po was still after him. At some point, he released the motorcycle he was riding. The motorcycle crashed on the back side of the truck and caused an explosion that killed Nathan Dog. As for Po, he was hanging on the vehicle's ladder, while Cyrus was trying to poke him with a stick. Somehow Po managed to jump on top of the vehicle. The two of them started fighting. Po jumped away from the vehicle at the right moment, a few seconds before it crashed. Cyrus Grissom fell under a construction site. His head was smashed by a steel battering ram. Eventually, Larkin walked like a winner, even though it was Po who did all the good work. Po was a free man now, and he finally met with his family. He wanted to be close with his daughter. He gave her a little bunny as a gift. The girl was a bit afraid of him because that was the first time she saw him in person. Plus, he was a total mess after this adventure. However, she immediately loved her father, and their whole family reunited. Remember to subscribe to my channel, and we will see you next time.